Right, hello. Can, I wonder if people are already watching. It's only about 15 seconds old. This. Oh, there are. Hello, hello, hello. Lovely, lovely to have you here. This Wolves Wednesday. How are you all doing? Hi, Dan Wallace. Right, I'll just give you a little brief introduction then as to what this stream is going to be. Mitch, hello. Shamrez is Savage. Lovely. Dave Azapadi, hello, everybody. Lovely. Right. Glad it's working. Hope that the sound is okay. Hopefully, I'll have a little better webcam in the next couple of weeks, or in the next couple of days, in fact, because this is an old one and I've just bought a new one. So, yeah, the idea of this, if you've been following the channel for a very, very long time, you'll know that. Excuse me, hang on. You'll know that I used to do these Wolves Wednesdays every Wednesday, believe it or not, where I would talk about the goings on or the wider goings on at the club more so than in the match reviews and stuff. I'd talk about the ins and outs and rumours and things like that. And it started what became the channel really, because at the time I was doing like vlogs and other things which are no longer on the channel and whatever. So I started talking about my opinions on the goings on at the club, and at the time when it was Paul Lambert was in charge and things like that, it was not the club that it is now. So it was more, I suppose, divisive to talk about things back then than it is now, because I think everybody's sort of in agreement that things are really good at the Wolves at the moment, and it's a good club to be supporting. But back then it was not particularly enjoyable. So I used to talk about things from the past and things like that as well. And I remember one of the last videos I did as a Wolves Wednesday was a sort of look back at all the previous best managers the Wolves have ever had. So yeah, this is hopefully going to become that sort of a thing, but due to work constraints that I've sort of had over this year, or found out that I've had this year, because I believe I've worked a little bit harder this year than I have in previous years. So this this will be a regular thing, a weekly stream, and hopefully it'll build a little bit of momentum and people will start watching and sharing and subscribing to the channel as well. Because I mean, I know I'm not the best YouTuber. I know I'm not the biggest YouTuber, and I know that I'm not, whatever. I just enjoy I enjoy talking about the Wolves, and with other like side projects that I've got now with the uh, with Talking Wolves and well, yeah, with Talking Wolves, that means that I can enjoy this channel a little bit more, and probably over this season branch out into a few more sort of broader football things, I hope. So anyway, this today, I think what I'd start to talk about was the preseason as a whole so far. So we've played Basel and we've played Young Boys so far. 2 wins, a 2-1 win against Basel and then a 4-0 win against Young Boys. Really convincing against Young Boys. And if you consider that they were a team who won the Swiss League by a massive margin, 15 points, and then to take them apart in the way that we did, with the goals, they all looked really, really good, and that's something that I tried to put across yesterday in the video that I did, in that Nuno and his team just want consistency from last season into this season, and to have now the same players and the same system, they're all fully aware, and players like Rafa Mir and Bonatini are going to start to grow into that system as well, and flourish in that system as well. I'm hoping that is what will happen in the future. The game tomorrow against Warsaw. Sorry, not against Warsaw. At Warsaw against Ajax. I think is a very odd game to be on a Thursday at 2:00. I'd have loved to have gone to watch Ajax. I think I'd have, had it not been in work time, I'd have definitely gone. But why it's not at the Molineux? Why it's not on a Saturday? Because they'd have sold out the Molineux for Ajax. I think lots of Wolves fans would have even gone over to Amsterdam to watch Wolves play against Ajax. It's that big of a game. Are any of you lot going to the game tomorrow? Let me know in the chat there. All right, somebody, Dan Wallace has just said there that they're playing Warsaw because they're playing Warsaw tomorrow evening. Then of course there's the games next week against Stoke, and then they're off to Germany, aren't they, this weekend? Have I bought a new shirt? I haven't actually bought the new shirt yet due to not having the time. Question here from CJW Presents. Hi Tom, quick question. Do you think Wolves will sign Zinchenko? And if so, where will he play? The Zinchenko rumor has gone completely cold recently. I think because he's such a young and versatile player, he's an exciting player to have, I think. And we definitely need cover at fullback, at left wing back, which he would provide. We also need somebody who can play alongside Neves, which again he could provide. So it's an interesting situation to see. He's a player that we need. I think the ball's in his court. We've had an offer accepted, it seems, by Manchester City for him. So whether or not he will decide to come to Wolves, or maybe he'll stay. I don't think he'll stay at Man City by the looks of things now, with the interest from other clubs. But Fulham are also interested, and I'm sure there is another team interested, which I'm sure somebody down in the comments would let me know at some point. Let's have a look what people are saying. Premier League predictions video coming. Yeah, I'll leave it a little while first. I think there's still a lot of transfer dealings to be done at the moment. I'm just going to move that way. There you go. I think I will do a video about the predictions for the Premier League in a few weeks' time. What positions do you think we need to strengthen before the season starts? Definitely the full-back positions, left back and right back, possibly cover, if not players to actually challenge those positions. I think Douglas and Doherty were both very fortunate with injuries last season and were not out for long stretches. But when we missed Doherty in that one game against Hull, we saw how influential he was, because not that Neves or Doherty themselves got many assists, but just being able to release pressure from the midfield and get it out to those wide positions and make things happen from those areas. We really lack that in that one game. So we need somebody else who can play in that position, because I don't think Afosu Aye is ever going to play. I don't think Vinagre is quite ready for the Premier League yet, but we'll see about that as the season goes on, because he's a very good player. He's got a lot of potential. But it's interesting to see what's going to happen with Vinagre. Just have a look back through the comments there. Somebody mentioned Kieran Trippier. Kieran Trippier, I think, has done himself an amazing service there in the World Cup. I think he'll certainly be one of the top right backs in the Premier League next season, and I'd imagine he'd be possibly courted by a couple of high-profile European teams now after his performance in the World Cup. So I don't think we'll have any chance of signing Trippier, whoever's just mentioned that. What Premier League fixture am I most looking forward to? Well, at the moment, it's the first one, Everton. But then following that, I think some of the away days that I'm looking forward to. I've never been to Stamford Bridge. I've been to Anfield a couple of times. I've only been to Man City this season. Uh, but apart from that, I think I've been to all the big ones. I'm actually quite looking forward to Leicester as well because it's the first time being going there since they've won the league, and just seeing how the club has changed would be interesting, I think, to look at.